Hello everyone, our topic for today is fraction. Objectives. By the end of the lesson, the student should be able to define fraction, identify the different types of fraction, perform addition and subtraction of fraction, and perform multiplication and division of fractions. What is fraction? A fraction is a mathematical expression having a numerator and a denominator. As you can see, the value A and B are expressed over each other. And A here represents the numerator, where B represents the denominator. Now let's look at the types of fraction. The first type of fraction is a proper fraction. This fraction can be identified when the numerator is smaller than the denominator. An example of that is 2 over 3. The next type of fraction is the improper fraction. This fraction can be identified when the numerator is greater than the denominator. An example of that also is 3 over 2. The other type of fraction that we have is the mixed fraction. This fraction contains a whole number part and a proper part, such that when it is eventually summarized, it is given as an improper fraction. An example of that is one whole number, 1 over 2, which is also equal to 3 over 2. Now let's do some addition and subtraction of fraction. The first example we're going to be looking at is the addition of a proper fraction together. An example of that is 2 over 3 plus 1 over 3. If you observe, the LCM is 3 because the denominators are both 3. By doing this, we can now add the numerators together, which is 2 plus 1, which will also result to 3 over 3. When divided, will give us 1. Note that 1 is the ultimate fraction. Example 2. Let us add 4 over 5 and 6 over 7. In this case, our LCM is the multiplication of 7 and 5, which would give us 35. By doing that, 5 removed in 35 would give us 7, and that is used to multiply the numerator of 5, which is 4. Then on the other side, 7 in 35 is 5. The 5 is used to multiply the numerator of 7, which is 30. So by the multiplication of 7 and 4, which will give us 28, and 6 and 5, which will give us 30. The sum would give us 58 over 35. This type of fraction is given as what? An improper fraction. Example 3. Let us look at the difference between 2 over 3 and 1 over 3. By doing this, our LCM again is also 3. Then the numerators are subtracted from each other, which will result into 1 over 3. Example. In this case, we are looking at 6 over 7 minus 4 over 5. The LCM here also is 35, and the first part is 6 times 5, which will be subtracted from 7 times 4. This would give us 30 minus 28, which will result to 2 over 35. Now let's look at multiplication and division. Our first example here would be 2 over 5 times 1 over 3. This is a very simple case. Just multiply the 2 with the 1, which will result to 2, and the 5 with the 3, which will result to 15. Example 2. This is a much more complex case because we are multiplying mixed fractions together. So firstly, we have to resolve the mixed fraction into improper fractions. So this is done by saying the first one, which is one whole number 1 over 4, should be resulted into 5 over 4. This is done by saying 4 times the whole number part 1 plus the numerator 1, which would give us what? 5 over 4. Then the other part, which is 3 whole number 2 over 5, should be done by saying 5 times 3, which is 15, plus 2, which is 17, over 5. Now what we have done to number 1 should also be done to number 2 at this point by saying 5 times 17, which is 85, and 4 times 5, which is 20. Our next example is on division. Let us look at this simple example. 2 over 5 divided by 1 over 3. The division sign in this case will be converted to multiplication, and the fraction to the right hand side would be reciprocated. In this case, it becomes 3 over 1. Then the normal multiplication should be done for the numerator and the denominator by saying 2 times 3, which is equal to 6, and 5 times 1, which is equal to 5. Let's look at another example. Yes, for this division, we'll be looking at two mixed fractions dividing each other. The first one being 2 whole number, 2 over 3, divided by 1 whole number, 1 over 3. As you know, we need to resolve the mixed fraction into normal fractions, which would give us what? 2 times 3, which is 6, plus 2, which is 8, over 3, multiplying 3 times 1, plus 1, which is 4, over 3. But you would observe that the division must have changed to multiplication, and the reciprocal of the fraction to the right hand side is what we'll have, which will result to 3 over 4 on changing to multiplication. Now at this point, we can just say 8 times 3, which is 24, and 3 times 4, which is 12. At this point, I believe with the few examples we have, we've been able to understand the concepts of fraction, the types of fraction, and the basic operations of fraction at a simple stage. In our next class, we will continue with further examples. Thank you.